What's up, you guys? It's Jono! I want to talk about some updates that happened in the game in the last few days. There's actually been a ton of updates that happened very recently, so I want to cover all that as much as I can. It's all fairly known information. Everybody kind of knows this stuff, but I'm going to put it all into one place as far as the most important stuff that you really need to know from all the updates that happened very recently. So let's go talk about daily bonuses real quick. Daily bonuses, everybody knows about this already, but basically you'll get a bonus for your first catch of the day and for your first Pokestop of the day. But right now, to celebrate this feature right here, it says to celebrate this feature from November 7th to November 11th, you'll find more Pokemon out in the world. Moreover, Pokestops will grant more items. Yes, this means more Great Balls for trainers that are level 20 and above, more Ultra Balls. So yes, I'm getting a ton of items right now. Every Pokestop is giving me a massive amount of items. It's been like that all day long. And there's a ton of Pokemon spawns everywhere. I'm getting so many Pokemon spawns. In fact, I'll show you my gallery here. People are getting basically double spawns. So they look kind of like this right here, where like Perez is getting eaten by by Ekans. So I always want to call him Snake. I'm like, he's not Snake, he's Ekans. Alright, so he's getting eaten there. I also found Pidgeot just chilling in my neighborhood. I also found Jigglypuff just chilling in my neighborhood. I don't really find these Pokemon in my neighborhood that much. Here was one from earlier today. Just a lot of spawns. There's so many spawns. That was at the college. That's a significant amount more spawns than normal. Here was another cluster spawn. Like 4 spawns right on top of each other. So a lot of spawns. Also, here was all the items. So I got a ton of items earlier. I was getting this. Pretty much every item stop was just dropping out a massive amount of Pokeballs, so that was really nice. And I had some good catches earlier as well. What did I catch? I caught Magmar. Real quick, I'll show you guys some of my catches from earlier today. I got Magmar, and I got, let's see, he was there, and then he wasn't there for a second. So I caught Magmar. So just a lot more spawns. It's like not every day that I catch good Pokemon, and there's some more items that I got out of the stop as well. But Magmar showed up. I also had a wild Tauros catch as well. So a bunch of really good catches out there. So I guess I'll just skip the everybody, you know, it's like, well, did you catch him, Jono? Yeah, I caught him. So I caught him with the curveball, not even with a great throw. He didn't have great attacks or anything, so I got rid of him. I also caught a Tauros that was out, and I did a video about the new exit Pokemon GO screen that came out. But the other things that were important from the update, let's see, the other things that were important was the change in the spawns. So let me head over to GoPress real quick. So GoPress is a really great place to get news. And let's see, spawn rate changes and eggs update. So this was a really good update from a few days ago. And basically, where Pidgey, Rattata, and Zubat used to spawn, now there's better Pokemon. There's like different Pokemon, and they announced this on their Twitter. So I don't really understand why it's doing that. All right, so Pidgey, Rattata, Zubat used to be very, very common. You would get them all the time. And now you're getting basically better Pokemon in the place of them. So I've been seeing Pikachu. I've been seeing a lot of different Pokemon that are in their place. So that's been really nice, better spawn rates. But it means that Pidgey is really rare now. I never see Pidgey anymore. So I've been really excited when I see Pidgey. I'm like, there's a Pidgey! What? Pidgey! So I'm like, okay, excited about Pidgey. So that's pretty cool. Also, a very significant change. I think everybody knows about this by now, but Niantic made it to where eggs will not hatch Eevee out of 10-kilometer eggs, won't hatch Rattata and Pidgey from 2-kilometer eggs. If you didn't know that, now you know. You cannot hatch Eevee in a 10-kilometer egg anymore. It has been moved to the 5-kilometer eggs, which is more appropriate, I think. I think everybody agrees on that. Also, it says right here, these changes affect any new eggs you obtain after the Halloween event. If you have eggs left over from the Halloween event or earlier, your 10 km eggs may still hatch in Eevee. Your 2 km eggs may still hatch as Rattata and Pidgey. So that's important to note, and it's also interesting because now we know that the eggs are not random. The egg already contains certain contents when it has been obtained. So that's kind of interesting to note. Not that it's really useful information in any way, but it is interesting. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. There was more updates in here. There's so many patch notes for the 0.45 update. It's also 1.15.0 for iOS devices, but nobody cares about them because Android is awesome. Okay, maybe some people care. Shout out to the iPhone users. Shout out to the Android users as well. And let's see. When you defeat a gym leader at a rival gym, there will be a brief period of time where only you will be able to place Pokemon in the open gym. That is an extremely good update. People have been begging for that update. So that's cool. There's some prestige changes to gyms that I don't really care about because I don't fight gyms. It says you'll earn bonuses here. That's cool. And they're doing like bonuses right now where there's like special bonuses. So that's cool. And here is like a breakdown of all the different bonuses. So that's cool, and they give you like streaks. I'm going to try and do a video of my streak, but so far I have not been able to see that screen because I use Pokemon GO Plus, and it doesn't show the screen for me, so that's pretty unfortunate. Now there's a bunch of gym changes. We have prestige changes. Here's the spawn rate changes based on feedback from the Halloween event. Niantic has reportedly halved the spawn rates for common Pokemon like Pidgey, Rattata, and Zubat. Previously, these Pokemon occupied the bulk of the non-water spawn list. This change should lead to more variety in local spawns. The official tweet from Niantic announcing this change, Professor Willow has discovered that you may encounter other Pokemon where Pidgey, Rattata, and Zubat were previously more commonly found. That's fantastic. Everybody's happy about that news. Catching good Pokemon instead of trash Pokemon is fantastic. But if this is a permanent change, all you guys who are not grinding Pidgey and grinding evolutions like me to get to level 30 are going to be really sad. Why? Because now you're going to be catching a bunch of trash Pokemon when you could be level 30 and catching awesome Pokemon like me. So, not to brag or anything, but I'm really glad I got to level 30, and now there's really good spawns versus people who haven't quite made it to level 30 yet. Shout out to everybody who's not level 30. It's okay. You can't all play as much as me. I understand. It's ridiculous how much I play, and I probably have no life, but I am level 33, and I'm catching really good Pokemon, so that's really fun. So there is that as well. So a little bit of mixy-matchy there. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. All right, so nearby feature has been rolled out to Arizona, some parts of Arizona, greater Seattle area, whoever knows what that means, and to the San Francisco Bay Area, not including Sacramento, where I live, unfortunately, and everybody in the Facebook group is crying about it. Shout out to everybody in the Facebook group, and I am also crying about it, but I think I'm just going to go play in Vallejo and try to catch Lapras instead and just wait until they roll it out, I guess, like we've all been waiting for them to roll it out, but I am going to go play more in the Bay Area because the tracker's over there, and it makes it really easy to catch rare Pokemon. So that's pretty much it from everything. Oh yeah, and the speed limit. Ah, man. You guys, this one hurts. This one hurt bad. So now you basically, if you're driving somewhere around 25, 40 miles per hour, I was at 25 and I was experiencing it. I was even experiencing it when I was walking, and I don't know why this was happening. I had been walking for a while and it still gave me try again on the Pokestop, so I was very disappointed by this update. I guess they're trying to keep more people from playing while they're driving. I don't really get it. I'm trying to spin Pokestops. It says try again later. It's really unfortunate. It kind of bothers me, so I'm like, well, I don't really like this, but I'm not sure, if anything can be done for it. It seems like they're going to keep on trying to keep anybody from playing in the car even if you're not the driver. You know, that's what I can't get over. If you're not the driver, you're being prevented from playing. So that's unfortunate. And apparently, speed locks are being forced because of fatal accident involving Pokemon Go, which is ridiculous because how many people have been fatally in an accident from Snapchat, and there's no speed lock on Snapchat to where you can't use Snapchat when you're going a certain speed. In fact, they actively encourage it by having the speed filter that you can show everybody what speed you're going. So there's some apps that encourage the driving, and there's some apps that are strictly restricting the driving and using the app. I don't understand where the moral standing comes from, but it's like, I guess if you, I mean, there's no encouragement in Pokemon Go to drive faster. It's just that you could be distracted. Whereas in Snapchat, they actually encourage you to drive faster. That's the only use for that filter, is to show people how fast you're driving. Nobody ever uses that filter and they're like, check it out, I'm going 5 miles per hour. Yeah, YOLO, 5 miles per hour. Like, no, nobody's doing that. They're going like 105, you know? I've been there, I've done it too. So it's fun, but it's also very risky. But Pokemon Go, not quite the same thing, and yet they're extremely more restrictive with Pokemon Go. I don't really understand that, you guys. I think that that's kind of lame, but it is what it is. So here's some interesting stuff. There's always interesting things coming out from the data miners. They basically take the new versions of the game, they reverse engineer the whole thing and figure out what's in there in the code. And these guys are all really, really, really smart, like incredibly smarter than me. And they basically figured out that code for Ditto's transform has been added into the game, so that's kind of weird. And also, placeholder names for future Generation 2 Pokemon have been added to the game client. So that's kind of cool too. It's getting late for me, you guys, so I'm going to get out of here, but I really wanted to cover all of these updates. So many updates in the last few days, and it's a lot of crazy stuff to get through, so it's hard to really cover it all, but this is pretty much the best way that I could cover it. I think I covered everything that's really important, aside from I didn't really cover the gym stuff because I don't battle gyms. So I hope you guys did enjoy, and I think the coolest thing, honestly, is all these weird double spawns. I have a bunch more pictures of this actually from the Facebook group, but I'm not going to show them off because I don't want to show people's usernames on my video out of respect for those people. But I did manage to get my own screenshot. There was somebody who had a double screenshot like this. It was Ekans eating pears twice at their church, which is hilarious. So just a lot of Ekans eating Paris, a lot of Ekans eating other Pokemon because of the double spawn rate or whatever it is they're doing right now. So that's been pretty fun. I've been enjoying that, and it's been kind of cool seeing all of the very, very good changes coming in Pokemon Go versus all the not that good and like semi-terrible changes that have happened in the past. So it's nice to see like spawn rate increases. Who's going to complain about that? Fantastic, you know, keep them coming. So I'd love for like more, can we get more Lapras? Can we get more Lapras spawns? That'd be really nice as well. All right, everybody, that's the end of my video. Thanks for checking out the updates with me, Jono. I think it's fun to check out the updates and know everything that's in the app. So I think I covered pretty much all of it, aside from stuff that I covered in other videos as well. So thanks everybody for watching. Thank you to my awesome subscribers, and peace.